Hey guys, I'm really excited today. I'm so excited. We finally got some new teaser content for Warhammer 3. It might be a Warhammer 2 DLC, but I just don't think so. I don't think Creative Assembly would put in the time to make a trailer like this for just a Warhammer 2 DLC. Granted, this is just my speculation, so don't take anything I say too seriously. But my speculation is that from the video, we know that there's going to be 4 distinct chaos factions, each kind of for a chaos god. Also chaos dwarves, so another chaos faction, I guess technically. Kislev and ogres. I think we can determine this from the video, even though it's just 50 seconds long or whatever it is. And I know these are bold speculations, but also I think we can tell that it's going to be released this summer, not in spring, as a lot of other people have mentioned. And I think you can point all these things out in the video and find evidence for everything I'm saying. So before we get into it, let's just watch the video, and then I'll go over why I think all these things.
Heed the heavens, the grand Theogenes demands, as Zia stirs. Yes, as wind is wanton to do, magic or otherwise. I am tired and drunk on rage. My eyes seek to make a fool of me. And a fool I am made. Grungis Baldric, revered by soldiers, dwarves, and dimwits aplenty.
Okay, so we're starting at the end. Seems kind of weird, but the whole video basically is just telling you to look at the stars. There you have this grand theologian who's studying the stars, trying to figure out what events are going to come. And so that's where we'll start. And right away, you can see Ursa Minor, except that it's missing a star. It's missing a star, but it's very clearly Ursa Minor. And Ursa means bear, or little bear, rather, Ursa Minor, I guess, technically. So I think this is a pretty good indication of Kislev. I think the whole video is basically telling you to look up at the stars and see what you see. And the first thing that just caught my eye was Ursa Minor missing the star Vega. And so I think it's really safe to say that, Kislev is confirmed from this. I mean, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's too much to be like, oh, it's confirmed. But I think it's just too blatant. We knew in the last when Warhammer 2 was released, they were like, it's just a rat. It's just a rat in the video. Granted, that was a lot more obvious than this. And maybe really it was just some guy who was like, oh, I'm going to just make a Ursa Minor here and whatever. But I think it's more weirder if you start and look over at this constellation, Lyra, which seems to be missing the North Star, or Vega again, which is part of Ursa Minor. So it seems like both of them are missing a star and the same star. So I think these constellations are not going to be complete until they have Vega. And Vega is a star that's associated with the summer triangle. So we're not going to get Vega until summer. So it's probably going to be released in the summer. I hope I don't sound like a crazy horoscope person right now, but that's what I believe. I really believe from just looking at these constellations that you get Kislev and you get this released in summer. I think it's really, really obvious. There's a star missing both from the Lyra constellation and the Ursa Minor constellation. It's the Vega star. And I think these two things are pretty evident. I'm actually very confident about this. I'm very confident they're saying it's going to be released in summer again, and it's Kislev. Now, let's move on to the next prediction.
Grungis Baldric, revered by soldiers, dwarves, and dimwits aplenty.
So yeah, Grungis Baldric, I don't know much about it. I don't really know a lot about the constellations of the old world or the Warhammer fantasy, but a lot of other people do, and they were very quick to point out that Grungis Baldric, it's a sign of martial pursuits. It's revered with dwarves and soldiers. not only just like old world soldiers, but chaos warriors and ogre soldiers. So a lot of people are saying, because of the comments of him saying dimwits and dwarves and soldiers, this is really a sign of chaos dwarves, ogres, especially dimwits. And I'm just gonna go with the flow with everyone else. I'm just gonna confirm this. I've heard a lot of people argue that this is also proves Kislev is in it, which we think is in it because they're saying Ursa Minor. Remember, we went over that, but I don't really think that's a good argument. Just because they said soldiers, was that why? Why does that mean anything? Because everyone has soldiers. It's the Warhammer world, everyone has soldiers, so I don't really think that's a good argument. But yeah, we're gonna go with everyone else and say this is blatantly saying Chaos Dwarves, Ogres, and we'll just go with that.
Heed the heavens, the grand Theogenes demands, as Zia stirs. Yes, as wind is wanton to do, magic or otherwise. I am tired and drunk on rage. My eyes seek to make a fool of me. And a fool I am made.
So as the video begins, it seems pretty normal. You have the narrator, our celestial wizard or theologian, and he's telling us about Azure and the winds, the lore of heavens and the blue winds and astromancy and all these things, divination, all these things that you would expect to see in the scene. And then he says a really, really weird line, like a line that's really jarring. It stands out. He says, "I'm tired and drunk on rage." And that stood out to me immediately. I really was just like, that's kind of weird. It's almost seemed like bad writing or something like that. And I immediately knew there was something there, but I couldn't put my fingertips on it. And then I looked around at other people's comments and other people's videos, and some guy in a comment section like really pointed it out. It's like tired is Nurgle, drunk is Slaanesh, and rage is Khorne. Obviously, those are three chaos factions. I'm not saying there's actually going to be chaos gods that are going to be part of them. Like, I mean, actually on the campaign map. But I think that really points to those three different gods, like Khorne, Slaanesh, and Nurgle. And I really believe it because the line is just so jarring. And then after that, I didn't notice anything at first. It actually kind of went over my head. But then another person pointed out that when the celestial wizard says, "My eyes seek to make a fool of me," that's actually really a famous line from Snick. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the chaos god of he's a chaos god of sorcery, change, manipulation. We got to have him. So I'm sure Creative Assembly is putting him in there. And so, yeah, that's it. That's my speculations. They're very wild and unfounded in a lot of ways. And maybe they'll be turned out to be kind of ridiculous in the future. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's what they were. So if you liked the video, subscribe. If you didn't like it, dislike it and call me a horrible human being, whatever. I don't care. But I love you guys. And I'm really excited for Warhammer 3. So I'll see you around. Peace. Bye.